Hello, welcome back to my very personal finance experiment. In this episode, which is episode 2, I am going to admit that I don't really have a plan for where I'm going with it. I just sort of started recording some of my footage from my trading account and thought, people might like looking at this on YouTube. So that's where we're at the moment. I don't really know if I want to go over just personal finance on this channel or if I want to go over personal finance and positive mentality, the belief that you can do something and then setting yourself goals and going out and achieving it. I think both of them will have a positive impact. My only concern is that people will take advice and then I'll get sued if it doesn't go well for them. And I think that is a bit of a sad state, really. But hey, there we are. That's the sort of world that we live in. Anyway, sort of went off on a bit of a tangent there. I got rid of the script because the first episode I listened to it back and decided I sounded exactly like William Shatner. And I did not like any of it at all. So I've got rid of that and we'll just sort of wing it, I guess. So first things first, I suppose I'll go over why I want to invest. I am looking to invest to generate enough passive income that I no longer have to work. For me, it's not a goal of £1 million or anything along them lines. All I want to do is create enough money per year that it covers my annual expenses, and that'd mean that I could work or not work, and that'd be my choice rather than me being forced into work. And the good thing is, this feels very achievable. I don't know how achievable it really is going to be. Obviously, only time can tell us that, but I'm pretty optimistic at the start of this. It does seem like it's a reasonable goal. I don't know if you can see the numbers at the bottom right hand side of the screen, but that is my total portfolio. So what we've got in there is £2,223 plus about an extra £150 of gains on the stock purchases that we've already made. Now, those aren't realised, which basically means I haven't sold them. They're just sort of theoretical, so they don't really count for anything just yet. But if I were to sell my portfolio and completely sell out of it, I'd have made £150 in 6 months, which I think is a fair testament to how much money can actually be made from the stock market. Bearing in mind, I'm a beginner and don't really know what I'm doing. And with a result like that, you almost can't afford not to invest in the stock market, especially with the state of the world at the moment. Coronavirus, furlough, people are being laid off. There's going to be thousands of job losses. And with that being the world that we live in, surely it's more prudent to invest your money and at least have some form of another income stream rather than just relying on your employer and then all of a sudden your employer clicks the fingers, you're made redundant and that's it, you're out of work, you've got no money, you don't know what you're going to do or where you're going to go, how you're going to pay for things. I think it's more important now than ever before to actually have several income sources coming into your bank all at once, and then at least if your job goes, you're not totally broke. And on that cheery thought, I suppose I best start covering the purchases that we've made this month. So, as can be seen from the footage on screen, this month we have bought 15 shares in Aviva for a total of £42.74. We have bought 20 shares in iShares UK Dividend for a total of £114.28, and we have bought a total of 50 shares in Vodafone for a total of £57.75. And you should also be able to see we have received a dividend payment from Vodafone this month. We've received £6.12 payment, which is fantastic. It actually more than doubles our total dividends from the beginning of the year, which would make a fantastic clickbait title if I was that way inclined. Unfortunately, though, I'm pretty realistic, and I understand that increasing a dividend from £5 for the year to £11 for the year, while it is a 100% increase, is not that big an achievement. About as much as it is a proof of concept, which to me shows us that we are heading in at least the right direction. Okay, so getting on to why I bought the shares. As I said, I'm a novice, so my entry strategy is incredibly basic. The qualifying criteria for any share that I buy are: do they pay a dividend, and do I think they're still going to exist in 10 years' time? And that is literally it so far. So for Aviva, they do pay a dividend. They pay 6p this year per share, which is a far cry from what they normally pay. They're normally about 20p per share. So there's a lot of room for dividends growth from Aviva, which is good. The share price is about where I personally think it should be. And I'm more than happy to keep on buying into Aviva so long as over the next couple of years they increase their total dividend payments, hopefully back up to that 20% 20p that I would be expecting to see. IUKD is a bit of a funny one. So that's what's called an ETF, which means it's a collection of companies. They own the top 50 dividend paying companies of the FTSE 350, which means that they are able to pay out dividends every quarter. They're also a good cross-section of all the dividend-paying companies in the UK, because chances are if you're investing for a passive income, you're going to want to own at least a few of them. This gives you the ability to purchase one share and actually hold a position in 50 companies, which for a novice is fantastic, because it's essentially diversifying your portfolio over UK dividend paying stocks for you just by buying that one share. They are set to pay out again in September, but they haven't actually announced how much they're paying per share. I'm hoping it's going to be sort of 4 or 5p. It'd be greedy for me to hope that it'd be what it was in September 2019, which was 14p a share, which would be terrific. But I think it'll be more along the lines of sort of middle single-digit pennies. And the final purchase was 50 shares in Vodafone. Obviously, with them paying us a dividend, we're in pretty good stead with Vodafone. They paid 4p per share, which for £1 a share, or £1.13 a share, 4p is fantastic. Very happy with that. I'll be purchasing more of them. They're next going to pay their dividends in January 2021, so we've a bit of time to wait for them yet. But all in all, I think they're pretty positive. I'd like to buy them anywhere sort of underneath £1.20 per share. At the moment, they're currently at £1.11. But I've already made my purchases for this month, so if they're still there next month, I'll probably get another 50. And that's it from me for this month. One thing I haven't mentioned is that I've still got £1,000 in a company called RateSetter. That company has been bought by a bank and is currently undergoing some sort of transition, so I am taking all my money out of it, but I'm 16,800th in the queue, so I suppose once I get that, I'll invest that in stocks and shares as well. And that's everything from me. Thanks for stopping by. I would love to hear any sort of feedback, so please leave a comment. Ta-ra.